Eli touched it! Yay! We're in Portugal!
We had made it to Portugal, Viana do Castelo. Nothing to see here, just a man with a cat on his shoulder walking around. This was a whistle-stop tour. We had half a day left to see as much of it as we could, as we would be leaving tomorrow. We had been told by the marina staff about these Portuguese pastries called the bom. They are exclusive to this town, and this shop was the place to get them.
Portuguese exclusive. Now try and eat it without licking your lips. In 5 lives. Yeah. No.
They were a bit like a soft donut with custard inside and loads of cinnamon. You had to eat them when they were hot, and they were quite delicious. On with the tour. This was our first signs that Christmas was on its way. Oh, I love this. Just a hairdresser busting out some tunes in between customers. Portugal is famed for its tiled buildings. You'll see a lot more of these in the coming weeks because I became obsessed with all the different patterns. J.K. Rowling spent some time living in Portugal. Maybe this Portuguese university attire was the inspiration for Hogwarts capes. That is quite hard to say. Hogwarts capes. Hogwarts capes. You get the idea. Here's a little behind the scenes of the recycling bins. They go right underground. And here's a local coming to show you how to use them. We went back to the boat thinking that that would be it for the evening and enjoyed the sunset. This sailing adventure is not always easy, but it's moments like this when you realise that you're doing the right thing and it makes it all worthwhile. As night fell, we heard some Christmas music blasting out, so we went to investigate and we got to see our first Christmas lights of the year. Diagon Alley, maybe? Like about, what time is it now? Oh, because the clocks have changed, it's all weird. 10 o'clock. On the hour, every hour, they are playing Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas, and now this Queen song. Well, this is Christmas. It's hilarious. Like, it's like proper loud, full blast, like going across the town. Can you imagine that every day? On the run up till Christmas, Mariah Carey on the hour, every hour. Got some friends, Alice, who would absolutely love that. I don't know, could Alice even take that? On the hour, every hour, Mariah Carey played full blast across the town.
Good morning. We're now back on Lisbon, Portugal, British time. So it's 6:30 in the morning, basically the same time we'll be getting up. So we'll be getting up at 7, so now we've got up at 6 to go sailing an hour later. So we're off in half an hour. They're going to get the bridge open so we can get out. And then as we're doing that, hopefully the sun will starting to come up. My only concern really today is the fact that the last 3 orca interactions, attacks, have been becoming progressively further north. There was one in the Algarve a week or so ago, then one less than a week ago just outside or south of Lisbon, and then one more recently north of Lisbon, which is now, that attack was in quite shallow water, 40 metres, and was only 125 miles from where we're going in Porto today. So it's very much feels like we're getting into their territory now, which is not ideal. Anyway, we're on this mission, we've got to keep going. So
there was nothing we could do except continue with our plan of keeping close to shore and sticking with our buddy boat, sailing_Lily Durham, for moral support. Look at this beautiful sunrise.
I think I need to get my tripod out more because it's so much better when the footage is still. And this hasn't got like anti-shake. It's always nice sailing alongside somebody else, for reference of how things are going and also for companionship.
we're catching the Commodore, anything over about 7 knots of wind, we've got the advantage because we're bigger. But anything less than that, they've got the advantage because they're lighter. Anyway, there they are. And I've got some oats and stuff in a Tupperware box that Kelly just gave me.
So we're just bobbing along. Nice gentle breeze taking us to Porto. Lovely, lovely sunrise, the best we've ever seen. But just dawned on me that like years ago in sea battles, it would just be this slow because we're like behind the Germans and I was like, quick, we're getting in on them. But like that would be what sea battles would have been like. Just so slow, just waiting to get towards your enemy. That's just so ridiculous.
Hours and hours of impendingness, and then a few moments of just thousands of tons of iron flying through your boat at over 1,000 miles an hour.
It's like being in a super slow race against 2 snails.
We were going along well, but then we were becalmed. So Hugh decided to get his kit off and have a shower on the back deck. I don't have any footage. I was on watch and I saw that the Germans had took their genoa in, so I did the same. I always like to copy the Germans. Then Jan radioed to tell us that he was in over 20 knots of wind. They were less than half a mile from us. We could see them. It was really bizarre. Hugh had just enough time to put his clothes back on before we were hit by these winds. Luckily, copying the Germans had paid off. We weren't that overpowered, but Hugh still had to go up front and depower the main. There was an obstacle on the chart, and with this new wind, it meant that Jan and Sinja had to move behind us so that we could both clear it. The strong wind didn't last long, and before we knew it, we were both back to sailing with full canvas, heading towards Porto. 30-something nautical miles, and we were there. We very slowly raced into the harbour as the wind had died off again. Not sure who this guy was, but he also joined the race. We anchored. Porto de Leixões. These are some little remote-controlled boats that we think are research vessels. So many birds!
So, good job we didn't anchor any further out last night.
We did.
That is huge.
Like,
It gave us a good rocking. Off to explore. It's a bit cheeky sometimes. You just leave your dinghy where you can and hope that it's okay. No one seemed to mind on this occasion. I think this is another remote-controlled research vessel being launched. It was like the opening credits to Home and Away. More pastries and home. These passengers had just finished their adventure to Porto, and we were just starting ours.